Hi guys,
Hey
Michelle in
everybody.
India.
What's up? What's up?
So we are back. We are virtual again, and we're back earlier than you probably expected because we are reviewing another show.
Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yes. So we're excited. We've only been reviewing Married at First Sight, season 10, 11, and now 12. And now we decided to add a new show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I'm kind of excited because I never watched the show. And
Right.
Michelle was telling me to watch this show since last year. And so I binged it and now I'm caught up. And we are going to talk
hmm
about the second part of season 2 going forward.
Right. So a lot of the first 10 episodes was basically a few things before, like in February, and then you could tell it was getting into March, and they had to shut down the production because of COVID. So after it seems like after about 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months, it seems like they're in the summertime now. Um, they got back started on production, and they are back in action. And
So
a lot of things have happened since then. So
yeah, and how it ended and how it started again is completely opposite. And of course, we see stuff in the blogs and stuff, and I follow
hmm
people who follow this show, so I knew what was happening, but to see how the show showed it, I was like, wait, what?
yep, it
so,
definitely. I mean, I guess yeah, the rumors were out there.
so Michelle, do you want to lead or do you want me to take the lead?
No, go for it. I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh Lord. Okay, so the first scene was well, the first part was them talking about COVID and how it affected their lives and everything and
hmm
the COVID stuff, and then on top of the Black Lives Matter stuff, it was a lot for them.
I'm
Everybody's
not gonna
professional
lie.
looks look real good though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, they did. Okay, that's true. I do think that they look good. Everybody looked like they've been eating, quarantine eating. Um, but the one thing I will say is that it's coming back so much later than other shows have come back or than
Yeah.
other shows have taped. So
Mm-hmm.
it just feels a little delayed. Like it was kind of like, I know, we
That's a good
know it's COVID. You
point.
know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
was,
that's a good point.
it's January. We've been going through this for 10 months, almost a year. And they're just now talking about it. Whereas other shows, they've been filming and been showing stuff since the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah. True.
So it does feel a little delayed, like kind of outdated. Like y'all late. But this show, honestly, in you haven't watched it, India, but in all honesty, the show, even in past seasons, always felt very delayed. Like the
Gotcha.
filming
Yep.
always felt like it like when we were watching it, always felt like it was like 9 months, maybe
After
even
the
almost
events
a
happen.
year after it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Okay.
always felt very late. So
Okay.
they're who knows? Who knows what their production is like, but it seemed later than other
All
shows.
right, well, get it together, Carlos. That's you.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they did the little town hall. What Maurice did his town hall thing, and they was definitely social distance. I thought that was
hmm
really pretty. I thought that was pretty powerful. I was like,
Did
okay,
you?
yeah, I like that. I like that. And then everybody was there except for the Holtz, of course. I like that scene. Did you think it was a fluff
I was trying.
scene or?
Yes, it was definitely a
Mm-hmm.
fluff. It felt like a fluff scene. I don't think that what they were saying was insincere. So I do think that everything that everyone was saying was sincere,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just kind of like, okay, this happens a lot on this show, like where they put stuff together and then they like try to wrap it up, and you're just like, what was this for exactly? Like
I see what you're
who was
saying.
supposed to benefit from this?
Yeah.
Everybody there knows
Okay.
each other and are business people. So I
Okay.
get that it was like a town hall, but like there was no call. The call to action was very light. Like we have to support our
Mm.
community. So, okay, like, is there a benefit here? But I think,
Mm.
again, like, I think it was kind of a fluff piece to, like, kind of bring everybody together, like, to show, like, okay,
Yeah.
boom, let's start off.
Without
This is
drama.
where we
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It was the
Okay.
positive, feel good stuff. Agreed.
Okay. So we learned about the Holtz getting divorced. Melody was in Atlanta with her brother. So I ain't gonna lie. When they first showed them in Atlanta, I thought she had brought all them kids. I was like, dang, she done brought all them kids to her brother's house. And it was a nice
hmm
house. But I'm like, goodness, that's 4 kids. So she wasn't with her brother. I said, I ain't mad at her for leaving them kids with him. Because at first we didn't know what was going on. I was like, I ain't mad at her for being like, okay, I need a break. I'm leaving all
Mamas need a
four of
break
them
too.
kids. Now
Hmm
I didn't think she left the baby till she came back, and I was like,
She left
oh,
the baby.
you
Yes, I
left
was
a
surprised.
small baby. Well, clearly
nine
the
month
baby
old,
ain't on the titty.
probably.
So clearly.
Yeah, she's about 9 months old,
And
maybe.
she
Like
said she left her for
she
2 weeks.
doesn't see me. Yeah, I was so
Woo!
surprised,
But look, she
and I
said,
was
look, I
thinking
ain't new
to
to
myself.
this. I'm true to this.
I was thinking, I definitely was like, well, it's her fourth, so she's like,
Yeah.
she'll be all right. And the one good thing about their relationship is I don't want to skip ahead, but she always did give Martell credit for being like an active father.
True.
So,
Yeah. And
so
that's what
she
I
always
noticed.
trusted them.
I noticed that between him and the other fathers, like he clearly was one
The
that was
most
more
involved.
active.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though he clearly is an asshole. But
But
yeah,
he's no stranger to the kitchen. He's no stranger to playing with his kids. He's no
yeah.
stranger, like they
Mm-hmm.
can ask daddy for stuff too. So that's the one I would say positive thing I'll give Martell is that he does seem it seems genuinely like comfortable for him to be with his kids. When she got back home, that it's hard to not skip ahead because when she did get back to talk to Martell, it sounds like she just took space because
Yes.
she didn't want to stay in this other house that they have.
Gotcha. Yep.
Because
That
he
that seems
basically,
reasonable. Yep.
so it was like, okay, does she want to stay in a hotel in Huntsville or does she want to, what she want to do? But like you said, like she probably been wanting to get to Atlanta or probably didn't have a problem going to Atlanta with this
Mm-hmm.
newfound fame that she has over the last
Mm-hmm.
year or two. I'm sure that she probably wants to get to where there's a little bit more exposure, more people, more events, more
Mm-hmm.
things to do, more people to
Mm-hmm.
see. So
But to be honest,
it
she's
was
like
probably
the woman of Huntsville. She gonna go to Atlanta and be a small fish.
a
Does
small
she want to
fish.
go to
She is
Atlanta? You think so?
probably because she want to show that she can hang.
True. No, that's true. Okay, yeah, her brother was about that life, of like any brother would be, but he was like, if you need help, let me know. Her brother wasn't feeling Martell anyway.
No, he did go talk to her. Her brother confronted
That was
Martell at
last
some
season.
point.
I mean, this season.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, her brother definitely confronted him. So I mean, but they've been together for so long that you can't just you're
Mm-hmm.
not just gonna ignore it. Like her brother is gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Like it's my sister, and I know you, so I'm gonna talk to you straight up.
Exactly.
Um,
Yep.
but she said she came to Atlanta to mourn the loss of her marriage. I was like, "Oh, okay." Then that
Yep.
was what you were gonna do.
Yep. I'm not mad at
Um,
Melody. I'm like, leave them kids, go stay with your brother.
mhm.
Let him know that I'm not gonna be around the corner. You can't just call me and think you nope,
Yeah.
I'm gone for 2 whole weeks.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
still a good
Access to
mom.
me. Nope.
Yep.
Yep. You're not gonna guilt me, like, because you would be
Yep.
gone for 2 weeks and nobody would think twice about it. Nobody would give you a problem about it. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do the same. You're right. I wasn't mad at that at all. And her hair is the best that it's looked in all the time that she's been
Yeah.
on this show. That
Yeah.
hairstyle is her best so far.
I was like, somebody need to call CPS on her because she gave them little babies perms and it was not doing. It wasn't good.
That's why you wanted them to call CPS. I
Somebody
was
to call
like,
CPS because that
what?
one baby about 4 years old and she had a perm.
Yes.
Anyways, this is my one of my favorite scenes. Martell meeting with his mama.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, his mama was giving it to him, and it's nothing he could say.
But I
Like
also
she was
felt like
giving him
she
the
was gonna
business.
trigger him. I felt like she was gonna trigger him because she was like, "You just like your daddy." I was like,
Yeah, when
"Whoa,
she said that, I was like, "Oh,
that seems
he,
harsh." Not hard. It's
whoa."
harsh because so
His
India, do you know
relationship
that
with
he
his
does not
dad.
have a really? Yeah, his relationship with his
Yeah.
dad is strained. He doesn't always
Uh
show up to
huh.
stuff. He didn't even talk to him. His dad was in prison for years.
Uh huh. Yeah. So that's
His dad was
terrible.
not there
And
to
he
raise
and he
him
and he
at
kept. He
all.
said a few times he does not want to be like his dad. I heard that. And he wants to be
It
present for
was.
his kids. So the fact that she said that, like I heard that earlier in the season in that reunion. So the
Hmm
fact that she said that, I was like, oh, ooh,
It
but she
was a
was giving
little
it to him. I'm
harsh.
happy. A lot of
Yeah.
women, unfortunately, coddle their sons.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy you told him like you messed this up. You can keep trying
A
to
lot
blame
of
her and say,
mother-in-laws.
Exactly. They would have been like,
Mother-in-laws
oh, that
will
woman
still back up
said
their
this.
son,
Yep.
or what did you do to him? Or, they always, you can't count on someone to hold their child accountable.
You can't
And
count
she
it. Definitely not
was.
their son. We
Yep.
know how black woman mamas are about their sons. So, and
Absolutely.
especially him, who I'm sure is the shining star of the family. I know he has. I don't know if he has siblings from her or whatever, but I'm sure
I
he is
can't
the one who
remember.
made it, and he's the one. So the
hmm
fact that
hmm
she's still telling him like it is, like you're not perfect, and she
Yeah.
did stuff. Yeah, but you did it first. Even
Yeah.
if
And
you want to go with that lie, like you did
that
it
was the
first.
biggest thing from this episode was Martell just seems so fake, and everything else besides him taking care of his kids, even talking to his mom, like he just seems to be so much more aware of his presence on television
Yeah,
or like in filming. So I think that he is
because he getting
changing
ready for
kind of
that
how he's
divorce.
acting. So it just doesn't seem genuine at all.
I was thinking like that. He has a
And
lot of restraint and patience, but you're saying he was purposely okay.
I think
Okay.
so because I mean, they never would go back at it that bad. I will say that.
Mm-mm.
Like, they wasn't the ones that was just going in on each other. But it was just something about it where really the future scenes were him going to Marcel and Tisha, like, and him, like, blaming, like, I will get to that, but I just felt like everything he
Yeah,
was doing was for, like, show, for someone, somewhere. He
I
was,
see what you're
like, for
saying.
show.
Yeah, and it may be because he's trying
Um,
to look good for these divorce proceedings, and
For
he doesn't
yeah,
want, and he wants to trigger her and make her look like a crazy
the
woman, and
crazy one.
he's, so
Yep.
I get that.
Yep. Yep.
So I just love that scene. I did. So then there
But
was the scene.
he did say something before that, before we leave that scene.
Hmm.
He did make a comment about um the dynamic with his kids, and that he was very concerned about um the fact that they've always had their parents. And that is truly the reason why a lot of people stay married for longer than they should. Um, but
Yeah.
that's a hard dynamic. Like, I did think that what he was saying was accurate. Like, that's gonna be very hard for them. They have 4 kids. Two of them are
4.
definitely older. Even the
Yeah.
4-year-old is definitely
Old
grown
enough.
and
Uh-huh.
wise beyond her little years. She's very
Mm-hmm.
astute and, like,
She's so
aware of
cute.
things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so you just know, like, they're paying attention. They really truly are paying attention. I really did relate to, like, I'm usually that person that's like, don't stay in a marriage, don't do this. But
Mm-hmm.
you see
Mm-hmm.
why people push it and push it and push it, because that's tough.
Especially for
It's
them,
not
they got all
easy.
those kids. They have several businesses. They have a certain lifestyle.
It's harder apart.
Like
It's
it's
easier to
hard
keep her.
apart.
Cheaper to
Yeah.
keep her, easier to keep her, whatever.
But I think
But
that
she don't want
Melody
to
is
stay.
no, and she said that to her
Mm-mm.
brother. I'm not interested in an open marriage. She could. She
Yeah.
could stay, let him do him, and still live in the house, and maybe even do her till the kids are about
Yeah.
13, 14. Like she could do it, but she
hmm
she really, I think, wants a good relationship.
Yeah.
Like I do think that about her, and I don't know. Maybe there's different opinions from her in past seasons.
And no, to your point about other seasons of past seasons, I do think that the conversation with her brother seemed very open and vulnerable too. Like, she didn't seem like she was putting on.
Gotcha.
Like, she was saying how she felt. Wait, really quick too, before we go to the next scene, Martell in his interview confessional scene, this white suit with this scarf,
I don't
brooch,
remember. I
tie.
don't remember.
What you mean? You don't remember the
No.
scene where he is interviewing and his beard is, like,
I
different? It's,
did
like,
notice his
very
beard. The
dark.
only thing I noticed was his beard.
His beard was very dark, so he must have got some Beijing going or something he did. And then
Not
that
Beijing.
that print scarf with the brooch, India, how could you? I was like, what is this look like?
Maybe we could get a picture and I'll put it in the thing.
Please do. Oh my god.
Okay,
I
I'm
was
gonna try to get
like,
a picture.
what? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so then the next
So,
thing was Tisha and the kids, and then her
and the
husband
kids,
came in. Yeah, and they were doing the virtual line. I did like them touching on that. Like you said, they oh, it's late. Her kids are so cute.
I didn't realize her son was so much older. They've been taping, like, that's the thing, is that they take a while to get these shows out because
The
her
kids are growing up.
son wasn't that old. I'm like, he's
He's so
13.
cute.
Yeah, they are cute. They are
Yes.
cute. And
Okay.
I thought it was, sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no.
I was just gonna say, I thought it was cute that she really had them dressed, and obviously they were filming and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's plenty of shows where the kids will have on pajamas or whatever, or
She
just be
had the
rolling out
full
of bed.
hairdo. But
She
I
and that was the
noticed
fact that
all the
she's a
kids are
very
always dressed.
southern. She is a very southern woman in that sense. Like
Yes.
she gets her babies together all the time. Like her kids are always look
I
cared
noticed that
for
about Melody's
for
kids.
sure.
They always had on dresses and things. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, look at them for TV girl. Because mine would have been like, look at
No,
how
and
they
it's
look.
other,
So they
like
would
I
have their
said, it's
hair
other
done and that's it.
shows. Yeah, no, it's other Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, of not of Atlanta, Potomac. Robin's kids, they just be having on basketball clothes. They
Yeah,
everything be
that's
all
true.
over the place. Like
Monique keeps her
everybody's
kids
kids.
together, but
Yes, but everybody don't keep their kids on point like these ladies do in the South.
hmm
I will say that.
that's kind of dope. That is a
Yeah,
good point. I was just thinking like Marcel, he is just an asshole. Like she
he
can't
is
say
a
anything. She'll
misogynistic,
say I'm
sexist.
tired, and he'll be like, "Why?" She says, "Oh, I want to
You
find
don't
you.
do
Why do you
nothing.
have to find you? You have kids." It's like
Yeah.
she can't say anything. And then me and Michelle were talking earlier, and it's hard for her to articulate her points with him. I don't know if she's intimidated by him or she literally does not have the words, but he shuts her down because maybe what she's saying isn't completely correct or what she's
Hmm.
saying isn't conveying her point quick enough or
Yep.
whatever. And then
He
she does,
uses
she's
her. He uses it
emotional
against her.
and
Yep.
he uses her emotions against her. And it's like, it sucks because she's not stupid. She just is not able to say it because you're just so
Hmm.
like, what do you have to say? What do you have to say?
He's
Like
quick. He's quick and he's aggressive, and so it just
it
he
shuts her
shuts her
down.
down.
Yes.
It does
And
shut her
it's
down. You
so
could
annoying
tell
because
she
I'm
shuts
like, just
down.
say this, just say that.
Yeah.
Like she ain't giving everything
She
she need to be
comes
giving to
off.
him.
Yeah, she comes off a little slow, and it's like that in every argument. That's the India. You'll see in future
Not
episodes.
slow.
Anytime she's arguing or going back with somebody, like
Uh-huh.
all the people on this show, they can talk circles around her.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just a little faster than Tisha.
Yeah.
Letitia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but her husband, he is so whatever. Well, but I did like when he said it. I told you if you're gonna cheat, you need to cheat up. I said that's good advice. I mean, you're right. Why would you cheat with the Manny? You need to cheat up.
And
I thought it was
that's
so
the
funny.
problem is that he's always basically playing her. Like she said she was gonna mess with the Manny because he said he wanted a millennial nanny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like she was
yeah.
trying
She
to,
was just yeah.
he started it. She was trying to get tit for tat, and then boom, he blows up on, like he kills the joke completely.
Because honestly, she couldn't tell him that that wasn't dating up because he don't look at her nothing but like a nanny herself.
Nanny, like she's
So
there to take care of the kids. He does
yeah,
not
he
respect her
is
hustle at
so.
all.
He's
He
just
does
an
not respect her
asshole. I
hustle.
think he's very cute in the face, but I every time I look at him, I think of Martell calling him fat boy and saying he had hips.
And so
Every
the
time I look
other
at
thing.
him, I'm like, oh, Martell was like, oh, fat boy with your hips. And that last a few episodes ago, and I was dead. I thought that was so funny. So now every time I see Marcel, I look down at his
You just see him hips. Yes. So
hips.
well,
He's
I was
cute though.
going to also bring up what we were discussing, which was that he is sexist, and he was the comment that he made about, like, they were in
That was the scene when
the scene when they were
Martell
in
came in.
the right. So was that, I'm sorry, am I skipping ahead?
Yeah, a little bit, because that's when they were announcing that Kamala
I didn't do. Yeah, was
mhm,
the right?
was the
Okay, so when
VP.
did they announce? When did they announce the VP? That was
Because she's
in
the whole daggone vice president at this point,
August,
literally.
right? So it was August.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Kamala in August. So now we have a whole timeline for
So
when
yeah,
this
you're
was
right.
being
School was
taped.
August, Kamala August. Okay, so they completely
Hmm.
stopped. So they must have not taped from March,
Hmm.
April to August. So that makes sense. I mean, a lot happened,
Yeah.
and I can see why during the pandemic, Melody and Martell, she was just like, I'm not. Like you
Oh well,
literally
she
have
made
to
the
hold.
comment. We
Yeah.
forgot. She made the
Mm-hmm.
comment. She said, "We're in the pandemic. We're in quarantine, and you're leaving for hours. Where are
Where
you
are you
going?
going?
I'm not doing this anymore."
We know where he was going. Martell came
Hmm.
to see Destiny, and he oh my gosh, he was using these buzzwords. You can tell he is getting ready for court
He's
or
on
trying to
this
say.
apology
He said
tour, or
that
not
she
apology
would
tour, but he's on
verbally
this tour.
abuse him. But he
Yes.
said that word. He said verbal abuse. He said, oh, she did things too. Like he's trying not to get taken down in this divorce. So he's using these
Yep.
buzzwords to try to discredit what he did or try to make it seem like she was equally as at fault. And he keeps saying that, and that's not true.
Hmm.
And
And
Destiny
he
got
said
on
there's
him.
something wrong with her heart. Like he said,
He's
he
trying
said
to,
he
yep.
is definitely coming for her. But Melody ain't. I mean, I'm not. She's not my favorite, but she's not one to be played with either. So
But this is my thing. You did her wrong. You're mad because she's finally really leaving and she has good reason to. We know what's happening. And then you want
mhm.
her friend, Destiny, to turn her back on her because you knew her longer.
Right.
Literally, no matter what, take my side, not her side. And it's like, I get you're going through divorce. I
Hmm.
get divorces can get ugly. Most of them are probably uglier than nice. But
Hmm.
like,
But he's
it's
on this like
doing.
tour to like line up friends and like get people on his side. Like he knows that he doesn't have friends and he's burned a lot of bridges.
With the
It's
one,
easy to see through too.
yeah,
It's so obvious.
he's a mess. And the friend, she did what she had to do. Like she had the
Yeah.
tape. It was a show. Like she probably wouldn't have had him in there if she wasn't taping, and she
Nah.
defended her enough. Like she did what she had to do.
It
Destiny.
was what it was. Agreed.
Yeah.
So the next
Um.
scene I think was the bar scene or the lounge scene
Yes,
when
where he
Martell
made
rose
that
up on
comment. Yes, and then
them.
he announced that Kamala had got the vice presidency nomination or whatever. And then he said, "Oh, I never thought of it from a woman perspective. Of course you didn't because you're a sexist and misogynist."
He
And he
is
said, "But being sexist is all
was.
good until you have to think about your daughters."
It was like cringy. Like I just was like, this
Excuse
girl
me.
has to be married to him. But
What is
that's why
it?
he treats her the way he does. Like it is obvious to everyone. And you'll see in the future he's quite disrespectful towards her mom too. Now, granted, her mom makes it a
Oh,
little
her
easier to
mom. Woo.
understand, but even still, there's a lot of guys that wouldn't do what he does and wouldn't say the things that he says.
Yeah, but her mama is
We're
in
not gonna talk. No,
everything.
oh, she is.
Oh,
And
okay.
the
Anyway.
scenes for the season definitely show her mama and stuff she shouldn't be in. Oh yeah, I forgot. And you watched like the last 10 episodes. Her mom
Woo.
was doing too
She
much.
was
Her mom
just
does too
doing
much.
a lot. She's Kimmy's, not Kimmy, Tisha's mouthpiece, and I
She's
feel
the
like,
one that's quick and can read somebody, so she'd be saying stuff. She'd be loud and wrong. She'd be so loud
but
and
I feel
wrong.
like her daughter. I feel like Tish, whatever her name is,
Tisha.
throws rocks and hides her hand, and I feel like she
Hmm.
puts her mother up to stuff like asking Kimmy, like, "Oh,
She's
why are
telling her
you?"
mom everything. She's
Yes.
going back and
And she
telling her mom
puts her up
everything.
to it. She says, "You go on the show." And it makes for good TV too.
Hmm.
But she says, "You go ask me why she's still hanging with Melody and we're
Hmm.
beefing because you don't want to say it." And that's fine to feel
Hmm.
that way. But you have to also know that that is
Be an
completely
adult.
stupid. Yes.
Yeah, be an
It's one thing
adult.
if you and your feelings like, "Oh, they
Fight your
hanging
own
out."
battles.
Yeah. But you're sending your mom. That's what I
Yeah.
think she does. And that's why people keep
Hmm.
attacking her
Hmm.
because she seems so sweet. And it's like,
Yeah.
but girl, your mama. Anyway, then here comes Martell walking in the room. Doom,
It was
doom,
just
doom,
so, it
doom,
seemed
doom.
so fake. It was fake. It seemed fake. I mean, Marcel entertained it, Letitia entertained it, but it's just, it's just not, it does not seem genuine. And Marcel was bringing up all the stuff that he said. He was like, oh, but you said that to me, but you didn't have a problem saying this, which
Yeah.
I completely
Mm-hmm.
understood and I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
But it just reeks of like produced television. Do I think that for the rest of the season they are going to accept Martell back into the crew? Yes. That's the only way the TV show's gonna work. Martell doesn't have anyone. If Melody is gone, who is his who is his teammate?
That's
It was
true.
Melody and Martell against everyone.
That's true.
So with her not on his team anymore, he has no one. So he has to
That's
run
true.
back with his tail between his legs.
Whew, Lord, Martell, Martell, Martell. So the next scene was Melody coming back
Melody
into
back into.
town, and then she went and
Mm-hmm.
met up with Destiny at her new house, which was really nice. Destiny
Mm-hmm.
always looks great. from head
Yeah,
to
she's
toe, like her
well. I
hair, her
didn't like
face,
her
her.
in.
What you didn't like?
She's very pretty. I didn't like her interview outfit with the like
Whichever.
boot.
Oh
It was
yes,
like
and it was
a
see through right
that
there.
thing. It was.
Yeah, I
I
guess
didn't
I
like that.
mean face and hair.
And she just had a baby, so in the scenes that
Yeah,
she's
she looks
filming, she
good.
looks great. Like that
Yeah,
baby is tiny.
she
Yeah, so
was.
she was, working out and doing her little
So what's going on
thing.
with her marriage? Because when I was watching earlier episodes, I was like, "Oh, that shit is doomed." Then this episode, and Melody was like,
Melody was
you ain't
like,
helping with the baby. Y'all only got one. It's very
and you
confusing.
just had the baby.
So you already noticing he not helping. Don't have a second girl. It don't get no better. I was thinking to
He
myself,
always,
he's a creep.
yeah.
He. I don't know us. Like she seems so normal.
She
Like
seems
I
like
could
she could do
never
better.
see. Yes, she's beautiful. Like I
Yeah,
could
she could do
never see
better.
her with that type of guy. In
Mm,
therapy already, and we're married for less than a year. I mean, not that
yeah,
you should go to therapy if you're married anyway, but the fact
but
that y'all needed it
you're not. Hmm.
and
It was
y'all
a
were,
lot. It's
yeah, I was like, woo. But anyways, I was with her like y'all marriage is kind of doomed on this
Yeah,
end.
it was hard though, and I was wondering if she was gonna take Melody's. We'll see, in the future. But I was wondering if she was gonna take Melody's advice, or if she was gonna think that she was just kind of like in a bad place,
Scorned.
and so
Mm-hmm.
being like kind of misery loves company. Like just because your husband did all this stuff, don't mean mine is. However, Melody did say in her interview, I think she was like Martell was, or she may have said it to Destiny. She was like he was like we done been through our stuff, but the first half of our marriage was good, and he was very helpful, and he was very
Yeah,
involved,
and
and
I'm
he
sure
was
that's true.
very
I'm
engaged.
sure that's
Yeah.
true. Apparently, she was the one that pulled him up by his bootstraps.
Right. She was checking off the list. She said you used to have a receding hairline and you used to have crooked broke teeth and you was no crooked teeth
And you
and
were
you was
broke.
broke. She was like, mm-mm.
And I did like when Destiny was like, a lot of times black women groom black men, and then
Mm-hmm.
peace.
Yep.
And
And
that's
that's
exactly
kind of
what
what
Melody
Martell
did.
did. Yep, that's what Martell
Although she
did.
didn't groom him well enough, because don't nobody want that trash man. He is trash.
Nah, I guarantee you that if he don't stay with his first side piece, there'll be somebody else
Oh,
there
he's
for
not gonna
him.
stay with her. It's never. He's not gonna stay with that woman. It never works out like that, y'all. You've been in
That's
side
true.
piece for too long. Now, if this
Yeah.
was
Once
somebody
you
and y'all was
accept the disrespect, right.
for
If
five
you don't
years
get with, yeah, once you
and he
accept the
called you a
disrespect, they
peasant
won't
on
respect you.
national TV,
Yeah,
exactly. That ain't gonna last.
there's no way.
And
Mm-mm.
he's gonna be
Nope.
missing Melody while he's sitting up under her, seeing all the things that she doesn't do
She
that
does that because
Melody does.
it's the 80-20. Like
It's
you're
the 80
literally
20. Yep.
only
It's
you're
only
getting
fun.
20% from her. It's
It's
only
only
fun
fun
because you
because
get
it's,
to
you're not supposed to
leave
do
and
it.
she
Yep.
can't it's fun because you're not supposed to do it. She can't question you about where you are. So
Nope.
once you are her girl, like once y'all are
It's not gonna work.
together,
Oh
she
hell
want
no.
to know where you at too. So Melody gets in the truck and drives on over to the house. So she walks in the
Yes.
house. She came in
The
on 10.
last
I'm not gonna
scene,
lie. Melody came in ready to fight.
she probably
She
heard
came
all the
in.
crap he was talking, and he probably was texting her and all type of stuff, and then it made her look crazy.
She came in. She came in ready to fight. I'm not gonna lie.
She's like, "You right?
And
You supposed to be
she
gone. You ain't even supposed to be in here. What are
Yeah,
you
she
doing?"
was just not here. She wanted all the smoke. She really
She
did.
did.
She
She
wanted
was
all the
very.
smoke. She was not
And at
playing.
first, I was looking at her like, "Melody, girl, you on national TV." But then I thought about, I was like, "You don't know what went on behind the
It's so
scenes."
much manipulation behind the
And
scenes.
he is
Yeah.
so manipulative. The fact that she's willing to do this on national TV shows you like she's old, she's
She don't
done.
care.
She's
She's
at her
not
breaking
with the
point.
shit.
No.
She is not with it.
Mm-mm.
So that's when we realized that she was away. So up until that point, we didn't know that she was gone for 2 weeks. So
Mm-mm.
that's when we realized that she was gone for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, she was away from her baby for 2 weeks. That was when her
Whew.
daughter brought the baby down. I was just like, oh, that's not easy. Like you could see her, like literally, she was so pissed at him. And as soon as she saw her kids, her whole countenance changed.
Oh my gosh.
And then as
Mm.
soon as the kids went away, she was back on that ass.
Mm, mm,
She was
mm,
not
mm.
playing with that man.
Mm, mm, mm,
And
mm, mm. I will say
it
this. Martell's suggestion of the kids stay in the same house and we switch houses. I've
it's
heard
common.
people that do that.
Yeah.
I thought his suggestion was a good idea. You have four kids. You don't have one. So to pack
You can't
four
have
kids
two of everything,
back
pack them
and
up.
forth, that's a lot.
Nah.
And she's not open to anything right now because she's like, I want the house. I don't want to find ways for you. And she wouldn't be having the house because it would be his half the
Hmm.
time.
And
So
she did say that she did make the comment. I don't know if she made it to her brother or to Destiny, but she made the comment that Martell does not want to leave the house. She was like, so he's always talked about he's not leaving that house. He's not leaving that house.
I
Yeah.
understand her point because I wouldn't want to be tied to him and his manipulation and lies and this other child.
Yeah.
Like
It gives him control. It gives him control.
it gives him too much control.
The
She
hot
ain't
spot
trying to
in the
hear it
city
because
is.
she know what he's trying to do. And she know that other woman gonna be up in that house and everything else. She knows what he's trying to do.
And that's what she said. Because
Mm-hmm.
she basically was like, you done already had them around her.
Yep.
She was cussing him out.
Yep.
She was like, you already had them around her.
Yep.
And that is a lot of nerve. That if that is the truth,
I'm sure it's
man,
the
men
truth.
men suck.
And
That
he's
sucks.
trying to say different stuff about her. Or you had them around them and they were in the other part of Alabama, Birmingham or whatever. She's like, now you just making stuff up. It's not
Stuff
even
up.
worth like. And
And
that's
we
the
don't believe
thing.
him at
You
all.
want
Back to when he was talking to her mom, she was like, he was like, she wasn't taking care of me. Oh my gosh, these men and this immature, like, thinking and this, like, it is so dated. Like, the fact of the matter is, if we have a problem in our relationship, we need to address it. If you feel that you are just gonna go out with somebody else, just divorce me. Like, let me know that this marriage is over and move on.
and at the end of the day, it's one thing if you feel inadequate as a man or you don't feel whatever or she's not whatever and you stepped out and that's a stupid excuse, but you had a full on affair for
Affair for
years.
years.
That's not a
Yep.
oh, it was 6 months where we just weren't doing good and I made a mistake.
Yeah,
That's a
no. It was
full on
intentional. He
choice
was
for years. So stop putting it on her. I mean, you should
yeah.
never put it on the other person anyway, but that is just the worst excuse.
It's ridiculous. Okay. So that was pretty much it. Except
Yeah, that was a show.
I was actually a little bummed that Maurice and Kimmy weren't on it besides, Maurice and talking
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because because I do like their dynamic as a couple. I like
Yeah.
her interactions. Like, I think they definitely as a couple bring something to the show. So
Hmm.
yeah, he's not perfect and
Um,
he's got some stuff with him too. But so far, I think that they are definitely the best couple. So
okay. Well, that's
I
our
guess
first
we'll see what happens
review.
next week. Yeah, we did
Oh my
it. I don't
gosh.
know.
Hopefully
We
everything's
just talked
good.
we talked a lot about Martell and Melody because that's what most of this show was about for
Yep.
sure.
That last scene was a lot.
Yes, it was. But we'll see what happens next week.
Subscribe, 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 y'all.
Yeah.
Subscribe,
And
subscribe, subscribe, y'all.
if you don't watch Married at First Sight, you might like it. It's a relationship show, it's a reality show, but it's different. Not the same as this, but something new. Something
Yeah.
new to watch.
Thank you
Check out our reviews.
guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.